I'm sat here today talking to Danielle about mental health and the mental health week that we've just had. Having talked to people previously about their life and their stories and passion, we at MODA thought it was important to explore and discuss mental health and mental well-being. I'm sat here with three of the members of Sakura Counselling Southwest, and I'm joined with Danny to focus on why it's important to acknowledge mental health. How are you today, Danielle?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay, actually. If anyone was feeling a bit low and run down, would you say they have a mental health issue, or would that be the start of it, or would they need to what? How could they identify they've got a mental health problem?
I think everyone's got mental health, and I think maybe sometimes people don't prioritize it, which is why it gets to a point of crisis and why they then start doing behaviors or other things that become difficult. So, if you're starting to feel a bit down or tired or lost or just wondering what's next, that's all things that I would say are linked to your mental health. It's the opportunity to sort of stop and take stock of what's going on for me now.
Why is it important to look after your mental health, though?
Why do I think it's important to look
Yes.
after mental health? I think people don't prioritize it, and I think actually, if you don't stop, you don't do self care, you don't do mindfulness, you don't. I think as a society, we are taught to look after other people first and ourselves last. So actually, look after my kids, look after my family, look after my husband, make sure I work, do all the things that are needed, and then we come right at the bottom of the pile, which then means we've got the, like, if you saw it as a battery, you've got the last little bit left to be able to function for yourself. And if you're tired or you've got all the other responsibilities of life, that little bit to sort of look after yourself and prioritize your mental health isn't going to last you very long, is it? So the opportunity to connect with other people, to find ways to sort of like craft, walks, going outside, physical exercise, anything that makes you feel better, hits those endorphins, all of that sort of stuff.
Taking time for yourself, like you said, really, and
Anytime.
unwind and stop.
Yeah, anytime. And I think we see self care, a lot of people that I've worked with will see it as selfish. They don't like to look after themselves because it's viewed as selfish. But if you don't look after yourself first, how are you supposed to function for everybody
And
else?
look after others. Yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone needed any help, what would be the best advice to give them? So if they have acknowledged they're feeling run down, if they're feeling tired, um, things are not quite right, what best bit of advice would you give them?
I think talking to anyone. I mean, I'm a counsellor, so obviously talking is what I believe works and helps people. But I think just finding connection, being able to go to someone, if that's not family, because that's loaded with a lot of stuff, friends, that might be loaded with other stuff. You can seek help from professionals. There's talking charities, Talk Work, Samaritans. And even if it's not that, and you're thinking, well, it's not actually at the moment, it's not that big, I just feel a little bit off, just going for a cup of tea with a friend and just being like, oh, because there's a lot of stigma around actually I'm not okay, and then there comes the judgment and the prejudice and stereotyping and discrimination and all that sort of stuff. So people don't want to say, oh, I'm feeling a little bit like actually I need to go and speak to someone that's not in my immediate circle because it's all a bit much.
Your counselling service, what do you provide? So what can, if anyone wanted to contact Sakura, how would they, like, what would you provide firstly?
Are you meaning like the process?
Yes.
So if you were to reach out to us on any of the social media platforms or the website, we've got like an initial chat that we'd have on the telephone, or it can be a video call, text message, whichever way people like to communicate, because obviously that's a massive thing. And then from there, we'd book in if you wanted to work with a specific one of us. So we obviously all love to support people, but we've got very sort of individualized ways of working. So if you're creative, you might work with me. If you're outdoorsy, you might work with Hannah, who's one of the other girls, or people that have got neurodiverse needs. Monica's very, very experienced in that, so she's great for that. That's all very individualized. So I suppose it would be then speaking to the person and thinking, is that a right fit for me? Is this someone I can see working with me, that I can work through stuff? And then from there you have an initial consultation, run through stuff. And even at that point, you're okay to go, oh, this isn't for me, you're not for me.
Yeah, one shoe doesn't fit all.
Yeah, definitely not. No. And there needs to be an element of, I could talk to this person, I can trust this person with my stuff to keep it safe and to sort of hold the room so that I'm able to unload stuff and not feel the judgment that I get from work colleagues, friends, family.
If anyone wanted to contact you, where are you situated? If they needed your service.
So we're in Totnes, which is in South Devon. And we do online stuff as well, actually, and we can talk on the telephone. So although we're in Totnes, which is great for access by train, bus, all sorts of stuff, we can do online work as well.
So what would be the website or email address if they did want to contact you?
So we're on Facebook and Instagram. That's just Sakura Counselling. And if you were to look at the website, it is www.sakuracounsellingsw.com.
Okay. Thank you very much, Danielle. It's been a pleasure to talk to you today. Keep safe and we'll hopefully catch up again.
Thank you.
And again, if anyone does need secure services, if you need their help, they're happy to listen to you at any time. Thank you very much and goodbye.